Oh, again, it's Glenn Zimmerman. I know I talked to you just a few days ago, but I think this is kind of important that I get this out to you today, considering everything that's going on. Today is November 17th. It's about a little after 5 in the afternoon here in Oregon. Uh, I'd ask that you subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when there's more videos coming out. Hopefully, hit the like button and give me some comments on what's going on, what you think of what I have to say. The title today of our meeting here is Your Attitude Determines Your Altitude. Now, I'll give you Google's definition of that. It says your altitude determines your attitude. Hey, see, I can't even read. Your attitude determines your altitude. That means having a positive attitude will bring you up higher in life versus having a negative attitude, even if it's just on rainy days and Mondays. I think this came out of Zig Ziglar, the positive motivation speaker. But I think it applies today. You know, when you look at news media, you look on the internet, all you see is negative. I'll give you some examples here. The UN said recently that there's going to be a food shortage worldwide. Here in the U.S., there's going to be food disruption, if not shortages, but disruption, which equals shortages in the store. They're talking about a trucker strike to keep the food. The food won't be coming to you. Your supplies won't come to you. Your pharmacy supplies, everything will be held up, and things are going to get worse. We're going into another virus lockdown here in Oregon. It starts effective tomorrow again. And the new restrictions, people were able to have their restaurants able to have people inside to eat. That's no longer available. It's strictly takeout or drive-through. It just doesn't end. Also, here on the West Coast, the governors of Washington, Oregon, and California have put in restrictions that if you travel between the states or from out of state, that you go into a quarantine period for 14 days. And they highly recommend you don't do that. You don't travel. Cut down the travel. And we're talking about a meat shortage. We had the first pandemic, when it first hit, we had all the shortages and things weren't, the meat packing plants were shutting down because of the virus spreading. And so they had to kill off a whole lot of poultry and pigs and beef because they couldn't get them to the market, get them processed. And so it's going to equate into shortages. The prices of food. Hearing reports and in the news, it keeps talking about the price of food is going up, along with it not being on the shelf. We're talking about shutting down, not having Thanksgiving. No more than a few people in each house. No travel, don't come from out of state. Talking about shutting back down the churches to where they restrict them here in Oregon to like max of 25 people, including staff. And like our church, the pastor just announced Sunday that basically the praise team and the staff and the people that had to be there, that took up to 25. So if you want to see the service, watch it online. So, they're cutting that out. They're cutting out the travel. Don't travel. Gatherings at home, as I said, no more than 6 people, I think is what they're saying now, what they recommend. No big, it's only people that you have a real close relationship and you're normally around. So, I mean, it goes on and on and on as far as negative. It results in a lot of loneliness, isolation. People can't come to see you. You can't go somewhere to see them. And then we throw in things like what's been going on for the last umpteen months of who's going to be the next president. And the restrictions, or well, I don't want to say restrictions, but the feelings of one particular person gets in office. The whole thing, a lot of whole things are going to change, and they're not going to change for the better. That's a lot of people's opinion. And there's other people that are shouting, "Yay, we want that person in," and it's just, it's back and forth. It's just all negative. It just goes on and on and on. And so you get this daily barrage, constant, in the media, the internet, the YouTube, the Facebook, the Twitter, all these things. What's your attitude going to be? This bad news, this scary news, this thing of, you don't know what's coming, and every day is something different. There's another thing to worry about. How do we combat this? A lot of us, what we do is we binge watch sometimes TV programs. We're on Twitter, Facebook all the time, watching YouTube. We eat, and then we eat some more. And, I fall into most of those categories. Not a whole lot on the first one, but the last one of eat and eat more. It seems like I think I'm constantly hungry all the time. I need a treat. I need this. I need something. I can remember, and I think I've seen it in movies, but I remember seeing it from a football coach once. And he had his team in there before the game. And he said, he yelled at him and he said, "Where is the game?" And then I looked at him like, "Huh? Where is the game?" One of them said, "Well, out on the field." No. Where is the game? Another one popped up. "Well, I don't know. What do you mean?" "It's right here. The game is right here. You are what you think. You got to have the attitude. If you have the attitude, hey, we're down, 12 points, or we're down so many points, and, we don't think, and we lost this player, and gee, things aren't looking so good. I really doubt we're going to win this game." That's exactly what's going to happen. You're not going to win the game. So what he was saying to him is, get it right up here. Get it right up here. We're going to win. We're going to survive. We're going to get through this, all this. We always have, and we always will. We'll get through all these things. Change your attitude. Your attitude determines everything. I've got a lot of stories about attitude and what your attitude does as far as changing your life, changing what happens, changing at your job. Just on and on and on. It's all about your attitude. Sales. I'll give you, that's a good example. Sales. I remember selling something, a program that I was in. I was trying to sell good friends, and I tried 2 or 3 times over a couple years and didn't work. And then a new product came out. I got really excited about it. I went to their house. I was all excited and pumped up. I told them about it. I explained the system and everything else, and they joined. And I thought later, what was different? It was my attitude. That's what was different. And that's what's going to be different in your life is your attitude. We've got to get rid of what they say, get rid of the stinking thinking, okay? All this negative stuff, all the stuff that the TVs and the media and the internet, they keep pumping at you. They want you to do that. They want you down. They don't want you up. Get rid of that. Get it out of your head. So what do we do? How do we do that? Well, let's get into some things like hobbies. Do you have a hobby? Do you have a hobby that you can do in your home or you can do in your garage? It can be something from working on a project in the garage all the way through, knitting or learn something new. That's a good one. Learn something new. We got this internet. We've got all these things, and they're just a finger touch away from learning about all kinds of stuff. You want to learn something? I'm a Google gardener, a YouTube gardener is what I am. I'm a YouTube gardener. So for over the last 3 years, about different things, I'd go on YouTube and I'd look at different things on how to grow this. And I wouldn't watch just one and say, okay, I'll go do that. I'd watch 2 or 3 different people. And okay, now 2 or 3 out of the 4 were all saying pretty much the same thing and getting results. That's who I went with. But you can learn. You can learn all kinds of things. Make use of this. And it doesn't matter about your age. You can be an old person like me. You can be a young person. You can be I call myself a senior citizen. I'm 74. You can be a senior, which is in the 80s and 90s, and you can still learn. You can still observe. You can watch these things. You know, you like to read? Then look up some good novels. You can go online. You can get a Kindle. You can go and anything you want, basically. You don't have to go to the store and get it. You can go through Amazon. You can get it through. I'm not punching on Amazon, but you can go through Amazon. You can go through Walmart. You can go through all kinds of stores, and they'll deliver it right to your door. So if you want a Kindle and you want to be able to read, and there's just zillions of books on Kindle. Some of them are free. You can subscribe to a Kindle Unlimited for $9 a month or $10 a month, and you can get up to 10 books at a time to read, and you just trade them in, and you get another one. It's kind of like a lending library, so you can study about anything. How about a Bible study? A lot of us call ourselves Christians, but do we really study the Bible? There's all kinds of ways to study the Bible. You can do it with a book. You can do it online. You can do it all kinds of ways. But go into the Bible. Dig really into the Bible if that's what you want to do. And I'm not pushing anybody to do that. How about instead of you think you're isolated and whatever, talk to a loved one, friends, anybody that's not in your house. I mean, talk to people that's in your house, but if someone's not there, you say, well, I just can't get to see him. I can't, My wife is about 35 miles away from here, and she's in assisted skilled nursing, and so I can't see her. Even when I go there to drop off supplies or whatever, or pick something up, I can't see her. It's a lockdown. It has been the whole time. But every day, generally at least we try, we talk to each other face to face on this thing called FaceTime on our phone. If you don't know what FaceTime is, most everybody has a phone. Go on the phone. Yeah, go on the phone and go to your app and look up FaceTime. And it's generally free. And you put the app in there. And then when you call somebody, you call them on FaceTime. And you're looking right at them. You're talking. It's like being, right across or right through a window. But you're talking to them. And you're looking at them as you're talking to them. So there's just hardly any excuse for not doing that. If you got an aunt or an uncle or parents or whatever, you're in a nursing facility or they live far away, it's a great way to do that. Just go on FaceTime. And they have other ones. They have Zoom. They got all kinds of different programs that you can use, and you can talk to someone face to face. How about I talk about YouTube? Watch some uplifting YouTube videos, music videos. I found some on the other night. It was just amazing. Different amateur people, not professionals, singing things like Amazing Grace and all kinds of other songs, and musicians who were playing different instruments, different songs. And I just turned the volume up and listened and watched. And it was great. It was like having a concert right here in my house. So there's all kinds of positive things you can do. Take a walk. Go outside. If you can't walk, you're in a wheelchair, go out the door. Even if it's cold, if it's not raining and you're not in the rain, go out and get some fresh air. Breathe in some fresh air. Okay, not just the air that's circulated in your house, but go out and get some air. Everybody's got photo albums. Look at a photo album. Get a photo album up and go through and start looking. It's like, oh wow, I remember that. Oh yeah. Pleasant memories. Put pleasant memories in your head. Try and have as many happy and positive thoughts as you can. I know I'm sounding like some person saying, everything is positive, and and I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying, put that in your mind instead of all this dribble, all those first things I mentioned that the news puts out on a constant basis. Like I say, try and have as many positive thoughts as you can. And the last thing I'll leave you with is my grandfather. My grandparents raised me till I was about 11 on a farm. And my grandfather taught me something. He taught me many things, and a lot of things I remember. One of the things I remember is he said to me, he says, don't worry about the things you can't control. What's that encompass? Most everything in our lives. I mean, we have control over some. I can't control who the president's going to be. I can't control if it's going to be a trucker strike. I can't control if there's going to be food in the thing. I can't control if there's going to be a shortage in the world. But I can control myself. I can control my emotions. That's what you worry about. That's what you concentrate on. So try and get that stinking thinking out of your head. You know, this leads to a lot of people. It leads to suicide. It leads to depression, and on and on and on. And obviously, I'm not a doctor. You know, I don't even know how to hardly spell it. So I'm definitely not a doctor. So that's what you need to do. I just, it came to me the other night about attitude and about how we need to change our attitudes about everything, because the media, the world is really putting a damper on everything. They're trying to tell us everything is terrible, everything's bad, on and on and on. The world's going to in a handbasket, you know. Oh, maybe it is, but I can't control that part of it. I can control me, and I can control the way I think. You know, one of the things that helps me in this world, I have faith in Jesus Christ. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm just saying, if you want a way to have faith, look to your Bible, look to Jesus Christ, ask Him into your heart, and it will change your life. It will change your mind. With that, I'm going to say, I got one other last thing to say. I know I said that 3 things ago. I want to say another shout out to my grandson, my youngest, Benji. You know, his name's Benjamin. All his friends call him Benji. He watches all these videos, and I just want to make sure I say hello to him and hang in there. He normally has a good attitude, and I'm glad, and I hope he continues to have a good attitude. With that, I'll say I'll be seeing you again in the future. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.